Now we discuss the blood vessels entering and leaving the heart. As we discussed, this is the right auricle, right ventricle, left auricle, left ventricle. The auricles are atrium are receiving compartment and the ventricles are pumping compartment, or they send the blood to the body parts. This is the right atrium. As I shown the two large veins. These large veins are superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, or we call the anterior vena cava and posterior vena cava. The new name is also there, the precaval and the postcaval. These two are the main vein. The precaval bring the deoxygenated blood from the upper part of the body. Upper part of the body, arms and the head portion. The part above the heart, the precaval bring the blood from them, deoxygenated blood into the right atrium. The inferior vena cava bring also the deoxygenated blood from the lower parts of the body, from the abdomen into the right atrium. And the coronary artery. The coronary artery, that is the blood vessel that supply the blood to the heart muscles. And the blood from the heart muscles, the artery supply the blood to the heart muscle is coronary artery, and the oxygen is used by the cardiac muscles, and the deoxygenated blood from the heart muscles comes into the right atrium, and this opening is coronary sinus. Coronary sinus. So this also bring the deoxygenated blood into the right atrium. Now the right atrium receiving the blood from the superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, and the coronary sinus from the heart muscles. There are three blood vessels are there. Out of three, the two have the walls. Out of three, the two have the wall. The inferior vena cava. The inferior vena cava has a wall. This valve is a valve of Eustachian. Eustachian. And the valve here is also present at the coronary sinus. This valve is a valve of Tibetius. Tibetius. The coronary sinus has the valve of Tibetius, and the valve of Eustachian is present at the opening of inferior vena cava or the post cava. The superior vena cava is not guarded by the valve. As we know, the valve prevents the backflow of blood. Why the precaval do not have the valve? When the atrium contract, this opening is closes by its own. The wall of atrium closes, the opening of the precaval is automatically closed by its own muscles. Now we discuss the blood vessels bringing the blood into the left atrium. The left atrium consists the oxygenated blood. The left atrium receives the oxygenated blood from the lungs. The total 4 pulmonary veins. These are the pulmonary vein. For pulmonary vein, the two from each lung, they bring the oxygenated blood from the both the lungs, two from each lung. This side the right lung is there, so two pulmonary vein bring the oxygenated blood into the left atrium, and two from right lung, they bring the oxygenated blood also into the right atrium. So the pulmonary vein bring the oxygenated blood from the from the lung. They do not contain the walls. The pulmonary vein also not contain the wall. Same manner, their opening is closes when the left atrium is contracted. So these opening are closes by its wall. Now the ventricles are there. The ventricles are there. As we discussed, the ventricles have thick wall. And these structure I mentioned, these are the papillary muscles. Papillary muscles. The right atrium, when contract, the blood comes into the right atrium ventricle. From the left atrium, it comes into the left ventricle. And these opening is guarded by wall. So the one wall in the right side is a tricuspid wall. The tricuspid wall that allow the blood from the right atrium to the right ventricle. This is the right atrioventricular wall. And the same wall is present between the left atrium and left ventricle. So left atrioventricular wall. This wall consists of three cusps. 1, 2, 3. So these are the cusp. So tricuspid wall it is called. The left side, the wall is made up of two cusps. So this is bicuspid wall or the mitral wall. So these walls also prevent the backflow of the blood. So these walls are the pocket shaped wall. They do not allow the blood in both the direction. So here I already told the chordae tendineae are present between the papillary muscles and the flap of the wall. So the terminal end of the wall. So these are the chordae tendineae. Chordae tendineae that keep the valve in position. The left ventricle is 3 times thicker. 3 times thicker than the right atrium. Now we discuss the blood vessel that carry the blood from the ventricles. This is the pulmonary artery. The pulmonary artery carry the blood from the right ventricle to the lungs. The pulmonary artery carry the CO2 rich blood into the lungs. Soon emerges from the lungs, it divided into two parts that enter into the respective lung. The left pulmonary artery carry the blood into the left lung, and the right pulmonary artery carry the blood to the right lung. The opening of the pulmonary artery. This is the optional artery that carry the deoxygenated blood. The opening of the Pulmonary artery is also guarded by the valve. This valve is also tricuspid. And it is called semilunar valve. Pulmonary semilunar valve. The opening of the pulmonary artery is also has the tricuspid valve, that is called pulmonary semilunar valve. When the right ventricle contracts, the blood carries to the pulmonary artery, and these valves prevent the backflow of the blood. From the left ventricle, the blood vessels that carry the blood to the body part. So this is the aorta. This is the aorta. The aorta carry the oxygenated blood from the left ventricle to the different parts of the body. The emerges from the heart. The aorta is divided into subclavian. The branches are there, and it turns towards the left side and give the blood to the body parts. Carotid artery is there, subclavian or branchial artery. Its branches are there and it turns into the left side in human heart and supply the blood to the body part. Its opening is also guarded by the tricuspid valve. So it is called aortic semilunar valve. Aortic semilunar valve. From the right ventricle, the pulmonary artery carry the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. From the left auricle, the aorta carry the oxygenated blood to the different parts of the body. So these valves are pulmonary semilunar valve and this is the aortic semilunar valve. These are the separation or the septum. These septum divide the heart into divide the heart into separate chambers or separate the deoxygenated and oxygenated blood. The ventricle contract, blood goes to the pulmonary artery. The auricle contract, the left ventricle contract, the blood goes to the aorta. So these are the blood vessels and valve, those are present in the heart. And the heart, as we discussed earlier, is covered by three covering. This is the, I am showing here is it is a pericardium. It is a pericardium, and the pericardium is made up of two layers. The outer one is parietal, the inner one is visceral membrane. The outer one is visceral and the inner one is visceral, and the outer one is parietal. Three membranes are there, as I discussed earlier: pericardium, myocardium, and the endocardium. The pericardium consists of two layers, the outer parietal, this is the outer and this is the inner, and between them there is a pericardial fluid. The pericardial fluid in the pericardium, they combinedly are the pericardium, the wall of pericardium. The pericardium, the fluid is present there, the fluid is pericardial flow. That prevent the friction. Now we discuss the blood flow in the heart and lungs and the body organs.